Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1969 Seattle Pilots What If scenario. Today's matchup features the Seattle Pilots versus the Oakland Athletics at the Oakland Coliseum. On the mound for the Pilots today is Gene Brabender, whose record is 3-1 with a 2.69 ERA. And pitching for the A's today is Jim Nash, whose record is 3-3 with a 4.04 ERA. And yes, we lost a game yesterday to the A's. It was kind of a bummer because we fought back to tie it up, and then we immediately gave up 2 more runs in the 8th inning. We scored a run in the 9th inning off a Tommie Agee home run. He's had 3 home runs now in the last 2 games, so maybe he's found his groove. If we could just get Deron Johnson going with a little bit of power, then I feel like we might be able to get our team batting average up from 299 to at least 235. That would be so much better. And we are now 11 runs in the negative in our run differential, which is leading to our Pythagorean to be 3 games under 500, despite being 1 game above 500 for the season. So there's a lot of numbers going on here. It's a little bit frustrating to have hit this groove here in May where we're not really performing particularly well with our pitching staff, but we are what we are at this point. I don't see us making any more trades. I might try to get rid of Tommie Harper at the trade deadline because defensively he's never going to be better than what he is, and maybe we could get a future prospect for him. After today's game, we have a day off, so we will play, advance a day to get us ready for tomorrow's game versus the Washington Senators. The first time we're going to be facing the Senators this entire season. We've only got 4 more games to go after today until the end of the month of May, at which point we will do a standings and league leaders video, and maybe we'll talk about the draft, which is coming up on the 9th, right? Yeah, the amateur draft will take place on the 9th. So what better time to do it to take a look at the players who are available in the amateur draft than maybe at the end of the month of May for our special video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Oh, man. So we have 2 players listed as tired. As you can take a look here at Gene Brabender getting the start today. There's all of our bullpen available. It doesn't show on here, but Rich Rollins and Deron Johnson are both listed as tired. But because we have tomorrow off, we're going to go ahead and play them today anyway. Try to at least win 2 out of 3 in the series. One difference against Jim Nash, who's a righty, is we're going to give Merritt Ranew his first start at catcher. He is a lefty, and so facing a righty, maybe that's an advantage. And maybe we start doing a platoon with Ranew and Jerry McNerney. The only bad news is Ranew not particularly good defensively. So let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for the Seattle Pilots. Batting leadoff in right field is Tommie Harper. Batting second in left field is Mike Hegan. Batting third at third base is Rich Rollins. Batting cleanup playing center field is Tommie Agee. Batting fifth playing first base is Deron Johnson. Batting sixth and catching today is Merritt Ranew. Batting seventh at second base is Van Kelly. Batting eighth at shortstop is Don Kessinger. And batting ninth is our pitcher, Gene Brabender. Okay, let's take a look at Jim Nash. We've seen him before, pardon me, this season. He's got 12 games started, including today, 3-3 with a 4.04 ERA, 69 strikeouts in 75 2/3 innings pitched, 27 walks. He has given up 10 home runs already this year. 2 complete games, 1 was a shutout. Fastball topping out at 89 miles an hour. Wow, ground ball percentage very low at 26.7. I don't think I've ever seen one that low before. At least I don't think I've noticed one. His fastball is his best pitch. It's rated an 85. Curveball is a 77. A couple other pitches that are not so great. Overall, a 78 rating out of 81. The 24-year-old righty goes to arbitration at the end of the year. Look at his log. He did pitch against Seattle back on the 3rd, and he took the loss, going 6 innings, giving up 5 hits and 3 runs, striking out 6, though. So a solid performance. Okay, let's take a look at the defense. Pretty solid everywhere in the field, other than catcher, where Tenace is rated a 78. Okay, let's go ahead and get the game started with Tommie Harper leading off against Jim Nash. High fly ball to center field from Harper. There's 1 down. That'll bring up Mike Hegan. Now, Mike Hegan did not start yesterday's game. I didn't mention this when we looked at the box score because I didn't notice it at the moment. But remember, Bosch started in left field yesterday, and he struck out all 3 at-bats. We pinch hit Hegan in the 9th inning against Raleigh Fingers, and Hegan struck out. So left field yesterday had the golden sombrero combined. And he's striking out today. That's 5 in a row from our left fielders. We are not getting nearly enough production from that position. But, I mean, we are what we are at this point as Rollins grounds out to 3rd. And we go to the bottom of the 1st. Okay, let's take a look at the A's lineup rundown for today's ball game. Looks to be the same as yesterday, as Rick Monday is leading off, playing center field. Batting second and catching is Gene Tenace. Batting third in left field is Tommie Reynolds. Batting cleanup in right field is Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth at third base is Sal Bando. Batting sixth at first base is Danny Cater. Batting seventh at shortstop is Bert Campaneris. Batting eighth at second base is John Donaldson. And batting ninth and pitching today is Jim Nash. Okay, we've got Gene Brabender on the mound. He has been our best pitcher so far, leading the team with 3 wins. I mean, we don't even have a pitcher with 4 wins, and we're almost at the end of the month of May. Maybe today, as Brabender making his 9th start, 3-1 with a 2.69 ERA. He has been walking a lot, and he's giving up more hits lately. Opponents are betting 204 against him. Fastball tops out at 87 miles an hour. He doesn't even throw one, really. He does have a 2-seamer. We don't count that. The slider, that's his out pitch, and he's got a good sinker. Overall, an 82. The 27-year-old righty goes to arbitration at the end of the year, and we will likely pay him if he can keep this up. Okay, let's take a look at our defense. There you go. Pretty solid everywhere. Hey, look at that. Deron Johnson back up to 80 at first base, and we still have that liability out there in right field. Okay, let's get started here with Rick Monday leading off against Gene Brabender. 1-2 count to Monday, and he strikes out swinging. So that's a good start by Brabender. Is it going to be a strikeout walk combo? 1-0 count to Tenace, and he scorches it into center field. It will be caught. Tenace has home runs in the first 2 games of the series as well as Agee, so keep an eye on that today. Here's Tommie Reynolds. He's 0 for 6 in his career versus Brabender, and he hits a liner right back at Brabender. Does everything he can to protect himself, making that catch. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. No score. Hey, I wanted to mention also, if you took a look at the title card, in the box where I usually have the photo of the baseball stadium, you'll notice that I have a picture of a woman who is the first ever ball girl at any stadium. It took place in 1969 right here at Oakland Coliseum. And I have that photo there for a reason. That woman, her name is Kathy Fields. She went on to be Mrs. Fields of the Mrs. Fields cookie fame. She started her own company, Mrs. Fields Cookies, and became a multimillionaire. So I thought that was pretty cool piece of history about the Oakland Coliseum and the first ever ball girl. So little piece of note there. Okay, here's Tommie Agee leading off. Oh, he gets drilled in the knee. Maybe that's because he's hit 3 home runs in this series. Agee on first. We're going to send him here. I know that we continue to get thrown out, but we have to take a chance once in a while. And there's a stolen base by Agee. Good job by him. 15 for 21 on the season. So, leadoff man in scoring position for Deron Johnson. As I said, we need these two guys to get going here. A ground ball back up the middle. Agee is thrown out at third. Jesus crap. Ugh. Such crap. I mean, why would he be going? I don't know. And the shortstop, it is Bert Campaneris. He's a pretty good defensive player. So I guess that's a heads-up play. It's just, why not just get thrown out going to second then? Here's Merritt Ranew in his first appearance as a starter, flying out to right. And Van Kelly. Base hit to left. There we go. Van Kelly gets the single to left field, and an error by Reynolds allows Johnson to go to third. So it should be 1-0 as Don Kessinger steps in. He has been horrible. He's batting 174, and he walks. That's a smart move by Nash to get to the pitcher. Brabender, who does not have a hit yet, and here he strikes out to end the inning. So you leave the bases loaded. Go to the bottom of the second inning with Reggie Jackson leading off. Reggie's got a home run against Brabender in his career. There's a ground ball in the hole at second. Good job by Kelly getting to it and tossing him out. 1 out. Next man up is Bando. Bando does the same thing Reggie did. Ground ball to the right of the first baseman. Johnson, 2 down. And Danny Cater, sharply hit ground ball to short. A 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the third. And it's the top of our lineup with Tommie Harper leading off. Harper flipping it out to left field. His average now dipping down to 250. 1 out. Here's Mike Hegan. Hegan walks. So we do have a runner on base for Rich Rollins. That means it's hit and run. Got a runner on first, less than 2 outs, so that's a hit and run situation if you got the guy to do it. Rollins did have a hit and run yesterday that was successful. Here he hits a ground ball to short. That's going to leave it up to Tommie Agee, leading our team with 6 home runs. And a ground ball to first will end the inning. Go to the bottom of the third, no score. Okay, Bert Campaneris leading off. There's the first hit of the game for the A's. Campy goes to right field. You know he's going to be going. Nothing we can do to stop him. Campaneris steals second base. Donaldson will walk. Here's the pitcher. We're going to pull corners in. We could do the wheel play here, but I don't think it matters. It's a comebacker to the pitcher. Everybody moves up. Pull the infield in for Rick Monday. 0-2 count. Striking him out for out number 2. I don't think that's going to make a difference. I'm pretty sure Tenace will get a base hit here. Oh, he strikes him out. We get out of it. That is 3 Ks for Brabender today. We go to the top of the 4th inning. No score. Deron Johnson leading off. One of these Pilots hitters has got to get a hit. And it looks like Johnson leads off the inning with a base hit. Look at that grouping. 9 pitches from Jim Nash. He's up to 45 now. Okay, Merritt Ranew up. Ranew 2 for 6 on the season overall. Flipping it out to left field, left center field. Plays made by the center fielder, Rick Monday. 1 down. Here is Van Kelly. He's got 1 of the 2 hits and another hit up the middle. Kelly having a good game, 2 for 2 now. We'll send the catcher to third, or I'm sorry, Deron Johnson to third. He is safe. So the gamble pays off there. It's 1st and 3rd, 1 down. We've got a hit and run with Don Kessinger. He doesn't do anything well, but he does make contact, and maybe a ground ball will score a run here. There we go, ground ball to second. Johnson coming out, and we score the run to take the lead, 1-0. Kelly advances to second, and Brabender struck out in his first at-bat. Flips it to right. That's out number 3. So we do get on the board. Brabender very seldom needs more than 1 run. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning with Tommie Reynolds leading off. There's strikeout number 4 from Brabender. He is looking sharp so far. Got to be careful with Reggie. Reggie batting .282 against right-handers and a base hit just past Kessinger. I feel like Kessinger, with his 95 rating at short, has been a little bit of a disappointment. But if you take a look at what he's done since coming over here, he has not made an error, and his defensive range and defensive WAR is already better than what it was in the 15 games he started for the Cubbies. So I tend to think he's letting too many of these balls get by him, but I think that's just a kind of a mirage there, as he's actually done pretty well for us so far. We're going to guard the lines. It's kind of early to do that, but 1 run is going to be the difference in this ball game. So we got to prevent Bando from getting an extra base hit here and having Reggie scoring. There's a ground ball to Kessinger. It's turn 2. They get the force at second. Bando beats out the relay. Okay, so 2 down. Going to play straight away now for Danny Cater. Cater batting .288 with 7 home runs. And there you go, a wild pitch. So that'll be the run that's going to tie it right now. Oh, he strikes him out for K number 5. Okay, well, I could not be more wrong today. And I guess maybe the difference is when you have a better pitcher on the mound, maybe things are not as cut and dried as they are when you have somebody like Bob Meyer pitching. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. We're up a run, pardon me. Tommie Harper leading off. He walks. 3rd walk for Jim Nash. Now, Harper, I mean, we have a 1-0 lead. We should try to steal here, right? I mean, he's just been horrible. Look at his record. He's 10 for 21. Even though he led the American League in stolen bases in 1969, and he led the American League in stolen bases in 1973. So, I mean, he's due. It's a 79% chance. We've got to try it. Fastball down the middle, and he does steal second base. So he's back to 50%. This is exactly like Ricky Henderson when we traded for Ricky in my Detroit season replay. Henderson would get thrown out 50% of the time that first season anyway. So runner in scoring position. Here's Mike Hegan with an 0-1 count. popping it up on the infield. It's going to carry to the outfield grass. Shallow left field. Left fielder Reynolds coming on to make the catch. Okay, let's see if Rollins can hit to the right side. Try to get Harper over, at least push it through. He does the job with the ground ball to first. So we have a run 90 feet away now as Tommie Agee steps in, 2-2 count, and he strikes out. 3 Ks for Nash. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Campy leading off. Campy's got one of the 2 A's hits today. Ground ball to first. Deron Johnson making the play. I know that, from 79 to 80, it's only 1 point, but having your infield all at 80 or better just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I probably should see a doctor. There's a ground ball to first. Out number 2. And the pitcher, Jim Nash. Ground ball to second. A 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the 6th inning now. Deron Johnson leading off. 1-0 count to Johnson. There we go. Johnson turning around his season with his 3rd home run overall, 2nd in the AL. Since the trade, it's now 2-0. Pilots. Merritt, Ranew flies out to center. Getting no production from Ranew. Kelly, who was 2 for 2 today, strikes out. That's 4 Ks for Nash. And Kessinger with 2 down and a 1-0 count flies out to right. Okay, so we get the insurance run on Johnson's 3rd home run of the season. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Rick Monday leading off. Rick Monday, ground ball in the hole at second. Good range today from Kelly. 1 out. Here's Gene Tenace. Tenace walks. 2nd walk by Brabender today. So Brabender walked 48 in 1968 for Baltimore in 124 2/3 innings, and he's walked 38 in 69 innings this year. But he's not giving up nearly as many hits, and that's that whole built-in AI whip situation between the walks and the hits. I know whip is also hit by pitches, but I don't really think the game thinks that at all. Okay, we've got a 2-run lead here, so we're not going to guard the lines with Tommie Reynolds. Plus the catcher's on base. We're going to play straight away for a double play. Possible. Okay, Tommie Reynolds popping it up to 3rd. Rollins making the catch. Rollins been very shaky at 3rd base. That's going to bring up Reggie Jackson. Now Jackson, one swing of the bat, could tie it up here. Don't mess around with him. 0-2 count. And he strikes him out looking. That ball was a pitcher's pitch because the umpire, that ball looked like it was way out of the zone. We're going to take it, though. Go to the top of the 7th inning. And we'll let Brabender bat again. Why not? He almost threw a no-hitter earlier this year. And I think he went 15 innings. Oh, no, that's not true. Yeah, it was like 15 innings without giving up a run at one point in that stretch. So, nonetheless, he grounds out. He's still hitless on the year. What is he overall? Oh, no, he's 0 for 22. Oh, man, that's embarrassing. Okay, here we go. That means he's due. That's all I'm saying. And Harper strikes out. 5 Ks for Nash. Mike Hegan, he's got an 0 for today. And a base hit back through the box. There we go. Let's go ahead and pull up the in-game stats. Oh, wait, are we going to go for 2 here? We're not. But we will take a look at the in-game stats. So there you go. We have 5 total hits among 3 players. And 3 walks as well. A couple stolen bases, so I mean it's been as good of an offensive output as we've ever had. There's 2 down with a runner on first. We can't hit and run here. I mean, we could. I mean, it would allow us to. It's just not what you do in baseball. And Rollins comes through the base hit to center. Hegan will go to third. It's first and third for Tommie. Agee looking to keep his home run streak alive. Here we go. 0-2 count to Agee. He has to go down to get to that one and protect the plate. It's a ground ball to first. Out number 3. So we strand 2 runners. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bando, Cater, and Campaneris, all righties, are due up. Brabender only thrown 61 pitches. And he's going to walk Bando on 4 straight. So that's about as bad as you can do here. You start to lose a little bit of control. There's a ground ball to second. That could be a double play. It is. 4-6-1 double play. Brabender scooting on over to first. 2 down. I tend to think that pitchers with glasses are like more pitch to contact. You don't see Nolan Ryan throwing fastballs with glasses, you know. I think a lot of players from this era, if they had glasses, they're probably like pitch to contact kind of guys. And then we walk Campaneris. So, I mean, this is a problem for all of our pitching staff. Like, we get late in ball games. Now, this has to happen, right? Because he's only given up 2 hits, so he has to walk 4. In theory, he has to give up 1 more walk or hit. Let's see if it's going to be right now. Nope, it's a stolen base. So, we're going to intentionally walk. Or no, what do we do here? No, we're not going to intentionally walk Donaldson to get to Nash, because they're just going to pinch hit. If Donaldson gets a base hit, at least it's only 1 run that's in with the pitcher's spot coming up. We can make an adjustment at that point. So it's a 1-0 count. Will Brabender walk him anyway? No, 1-2. And a pop-up on the infield. We should get out of it. If Rollins can follow through, he does. We go to the 8th inning. Okay. Deron Johnson leading off. He had a big home run last time up. And he goes Oppo Taco! A double dog day for Deron. It is 3-0 Seattle. And Nash now at 101 pitches. I love the insurance runs. Hey, if your backup catcher gets a base hit, we're going to go for 2. No! Ranew ran himself out of it. He's got a case of the Mondays as Rick Monday throws him out at second. Well, we had him against the wall. We got to put that pressure on. Van Kelly. Safe on an error by the shortstop. Oh, man, Campy. All right. Well, hitting and running then with Don Kessinger. Ground ball to second. Well, we're definitely going to let Brabender bat. He's only thrown 78 pitches, and he is due for a hit. He's 0 for 22. He has walked once, it looks like. 2-2 count. Not today. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and there is a pinch hitter. It is Champ Summers. In his rookie year, and he does have a home run this year. Let's see if Brabender can get the rook. Future Detroit Tiger. Line drive to right. Come on, Harper. Oh, I should probably have a defensive replacement in there. But Harper's leading off, so if we can get through this inning, we will take out Harper, bring in Wayne Comer. Back to the top of the lineup with Rick. Monday feeling himself. throwing out Ranew. Pops up to short here for out number 2. And Tenace, 2-1 count. And he goes deep. So he does get a home run in every ball game in this series. And there goes the shutout. Let's see if he can get Tommie Reynolds. 0-1 count. Ground ball to second. Come on, Kelly. There we go. All right, so the shutout is gone. I think he deserves a chance to get a complete game. But remember, we've done this before. Remember, we had a 1-0 lead in his last start, Brabender, and he gave up 5 runs in the 8th inning. So maybe we should not send him back out there. Okay, here's Tommie Harper. This will be his last at-bat before he gets a defensive replacement. All right, so he walks. That's the second walk today. He does have a stolen base. Mike Hegan, we're going to try to sack bunt. He's a good bunter, and he's got a great eye. Let's see if he can't lay down a bunt here. Full count. Oh, he walks him. So Rowley versus Rollins. 0 for 2 in his career versus Fingers. All right, let's see. Let's see if Rollins can make him sniff his fingers. Full count. Oh, he pops it up. Oh, man, that was a chance there. Now I feel like a double play is going to happen with Agee. Look at Agee, though. He is batting .296 versus righties. First pitch swinging. Fly ball to left field. That was his last chance to get a home run today, probably. But a chance for Deron Johnson with runners at first and third to get a 3-fer. Here we go. Deron Johnson, 2-2 count. Striking out. All right, let's do the defensive replacement. It's going to be Wayne Comer. Heading out to right field. He's an 82 out there. So that is a big, big improvement. All right, so Reggie, we're an expansion team. We haven't had a lot to really root about this year. I think Brabender has earned the right to finish this game. But a lot is going to depend on what happens here with Reggie. So here we go. Full count. We're taking him out right now. I had the guy walking out of the bullpen before that pitch had even crossed the plate. So here's Mike Marshall. He's going to face Sal Bando. Bando's 1 for 2 against him. Ground ball to first. Let's turn to. Come on, Deron. Double play. And we are down to the final out. Danny Cater, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. And he strikes out to win the ball game. Great job by the Pilots. Handshakes, butt slaps, not mistakes. We win 3-1. Another victory for Gene Brabender as the game is simulating up here. We'll see if there's a trade, and then we'll advance a day and see if there's any trades for that day. I hope it doesn't last like 4 minutes like it has in the past. It's so frustrating and redonkulous, but let's everyone just talk amongst themselves for a second. All right, come on. If you're someone has followed my 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay, you know that we're going to play the 1984 season beginning sometime in late March. And what I was thinking about doing is that I've already played all of the offseason. I'm ready to go. You don't know what's happened yet in my offseason. You don't know what trades I've made. I'm thinking that if you're following that series, you may be interested in knowing what we've done to get to April 1st. And so I'm planning on doing a video. I'm just not sure when, where I will talk about the off season and what we've done up till April 1st, so you can kind of be prepared. We also do a division preview for each division in the American League and the National League. So that's going to be upcoming as well. All of that's going to take place before the actual season begins, which I plan to start on April 1st. So stay tuned for that. We are still waiting for this to simulate. This is the kind of thing that freaks me out about this terrible programming, is that I almost feel like it's going to break down on me here. And then we'll lose this game, and then I'll be incredibly angry. There's nothing I can do to save it at this point. We just have to wait it out. And I don't blame you if you check out at this point. But we are going to, assuming when this is done, we are going to advance a day. So it's just going to take a moment. You can read the stuff here at the bottom if you like. As now it's actually completely frozen. Although I can still move the cursor. I wonder if, yeah, I can still use this. So, it's going to be okay here in a minute as it's still thinking itself through. It says up here not responding, but it's going to be okay. It's just going to take another moment or two. It is December 23rd, so it's Christmas Eve. I hope everyone's got good plans for the holidays. I hope Santa brings you what you want. All I want is some alcohol, really, because games like this really make me want to drink. I do have the 1984 Topps Baseball Rack Pack, where we're looking for Don Mattingly and the Darryl Strawberry rookie card. That's going to take place on Tuesday after Christmas for Time Travel Tuesday. You can look forward to that. And, of course, Game 16 of the 1980 Detroit Lions alternate history. The final game of the season will be on Christmas Day. We're going to give away that Detroit Lions autographed jersey, Billy Sims autographed jersey, as Don T looks to be the man in the lead. There we go. Finally, we've simulated that through. There's no trade offers. Let's go ahead and play one more day. This shouldn't take a month. This should just take a moment. There we go. So we're through the 27th. Let's look at the standings real quick. Wow. Minnesota has won 8 in a row to take the lead. The killer, Harmon Killebrew, has led the Twins with 45 total home runs right now. Pretty impressive. So Oakland falls to number 2. We are 2.5 back of the lead. Let's take a look at the National League. San Diego is still sitting on 11 wins. They are 11-40, have lost 7 in a row. Sean is looking pretty smart with his 48 win total, I think. Okay, let's take a look at headline news. Brainiac Baseball Daily Beat. Cleveland clobbers Baltimore. Cleveland, they're on a good run, right? They were a 500 team until they cleaned our clocks. Sudden Sam McDowell pitched well for 7 innings. You know, it'd be interesting if, like, in the headlines, if they used their nicknames as well in here. Like, somewhere in the programming, you should be able to call him Sudden Sam McDowell if you look on his scouting and you go to Vitals, nickname Sudden Sam. So it's already there. So somehow you should be able to access that and have it included in the headlines. I mean, why bother even having that as an option in the game? You know? Anyway. Moving on. Yankees win 8-3. Doc Medich. There, it says Doc Medich, even though it says George, I guess, on his card. So I guess that must be his actual name in the game. Thurman Munson saw the ball well. Twins win 9-3. There's good old Dean Chance. Looking good. Killebrew. Double 2 runs. And then there we are. Seattle wins 3-1. Now 2 behind the Twins. Well, 2.5 now because of the day off. Gene Brabender pitched excellent. 8 innings, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits. He had 5 walks because, of course, he did. He had to have 8 total base runners. So his whip was 1. And Reynolds struggled to the plate. Okay. The Minnesota wins. So now we're into the next day. And that's how we got 2.5 back. Transactions. Oh, another trade. Okay, so, whoa, we've got a bunch of trades here. Okay, so, first, let's take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer Ernie Banks traded to Oakland at age 38. Cubbies giving him a chance to win. Wow, so we are not going to see Ernie Banks this series. Is he... I wonder. Let's take a look. Well, we'll look here in a minute. In return, they give up catcher Jeff Newman, who is only 20 years old. So let's look at Oakland. That is a big deal there. Is he playing first base for them? He is, and batting cleanup. Who was their first baseman? Oh, Danny Cater. Danny Cater was only leading the team in home runs, batting .284, and second on the team in RBI. And I guess when you have a 73 rating, you are liable to be sent to the minors. What is Ernie Banks' rating at first? Oh, he's awesome. I mean, how could you... I mean, what are you going to do? It's a good move. You got Reggie and Ernie back-to-back on a team that's already... probably going to be fantastic. So then we have Kurt Blefari. He's going to miss 3 months for Houston due to a ruptured disc. And Washington's Dennis Hegan, we're getting ready to play them. He is their closer, has a dislocated shoulder. So we wonder, we'll see tomorrow who they have closing. And then the Tigers, last place Tigers, they traded for Bob Bailey already this year from the Expos, and they've turned around and traded him to the Yankees to be their third baseman. And in return, the Tigers get Rusty Torres, child rapist, actually, not allegedly, and that's not good. He's single A. And John Ellis, first baseman catcher, will become a single A player. All right. So let's go ahead and pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Long video. Thanks to the delay there where I had to just make up stuff off the top of my head. I'm going to pull up the box score. Who's the player of the game? Is it Brabender for pitching so well? Or do we give it to Deron Johnson? 3 hits, 2 homers to give him 4 on the year. He definitely is the player of the game. Brabender goes to 4-1. Other than the 5 walks, which had to happen, Marshall comes in and shuts him down with the double play and the strikeout to end the ball game. Good job by him. Jim Nash takes the loss. He gives up the 2 home runs, and Raleigh Fingers does his best. Not good enough. Okay, that's going to do it. We're going to come back tomorrow with the first game against the Washington Senators. Until then, everyone, have a great day.